You're fired! That's what my IKEA manager said to me after I used the public display toilets again. Anyway, if you couldn't guess already, this episode is all about demonic warlords that are forged from the fiery depths of hell. That's right, we're going to be covering the demonic warlord archetype. Now, in all these Chaos Cards videos, I talk about the terrors and saints on land, but now we're going to be digging deep into the center of the world and talking about the upcoming and ever-growing demonic army. The demons, ever since they were conscious, have been forced underground, said to never surface because the world simply wasn't hot enough for them. But recently, they have had some changes in power and a new demonic uprising that is taking place. The newest leader of the underworld believes that the demons were meant to exist alongside all other forms of life on the surface, and they will stop at nothing to reunite the demons with their long-lost brethren. And they are more than happy to sacrifice themselves for the greater good if it means their children, or their children's children, are not stuck in the underground like they were, or those who came before them. Now that we've gone over their story, I'll answer the burning question. What mechanics do the demonic warlords use? And obviously, they use Demon Strike. Demon Strike lets you attack a second time in combat. Next, they use Afterburn, which deals damage to specific targets after they attack. They are also known for using Rage, which gives you something during combat only, Pierce, which deals leftover damage to the opponent, and a few of them also use Demonite, which causes them to die when taking damage from an ally. Now that we've got the mechanics out of the way, let's dive into the units. We'll kick it off with their minions, and first up we've got the Battle Imp. This guy's alright, he's got 1 attack, 2 health, and has Demon Strike. This guy's a little weak, but using him is an impossible. Anyway, let's move on to the Blood Carrier. He's got 0 attack, 2 health, and he's a unit with Demonite. And that's about all there is to him. He's there to die to allies, and that's about it. Next, we'll dive into their mids. And first up, we've got the poster child for the fiery boys below, the Demonic Warlord. He's a powerful stat stick that deals 1 damage to ally left 1. If he kills an ally this way, he gains +1/1. He's also got Rage +1/2, meaning he goes from a 4/4 unit to a 6/7 unit, assuming he kills an ally before combat. Next up, we've got Soul Furnace. He's got 0 attack, 6 health, and he's a unit with Afterburn 2 opposite, meaning he deals 2 damage to the battling card during combat. And at the start of your turn, he also kills 1 Demonite unit on your side of the field, which gives him +0/2. And finally, let's dive into their bosses. First up, we've got Nazmec. His stats aren't too good, but his effect is what really makes him powerful. At the start of your turn, you could pick up to 2 enemies that were affected by Afterburn and give them Demonite. Lore-wise, Nazmec is a child of a sage who ventured into the depths and a hellish banshee. This allows him to keep his demonic traits and morals while letting him have access to the strange world of magic. As such, he uses this magic and integrates it with ancient demonic traditions, making his magic highly valuable to the demons, but highly terrifying to anything else. Next up, we've got Zarok. He's got more stats than Nazmec, and he's got a rage effect. But the real reason why he's strong is because he can target 1 unit with Demonite at the start of your turn and consume them to gain 1/4 of their stats. Lore-wise, Zarok is the son of Zartal, a retired warlord on his way out. Zarok is deeply troubled as they want to spend some time with their father before they pass away, but one of his father's wishes is to see the surface. As such, Zarok is torn between training so his dad can see the surface, or spending time with him before it's too late. Despite this, Zartal has made it clear that if Zarok needs to train in order to free the Demonkin and let them reach the surface, he's happy to die 1,000 times over. And finally, BAD. He deals 2 damage to ally left 1 and ally right 1, healing for the damage dealt, and if he's alive for 3 turns, he evolves into Malachar, the BAD. And FYI, BAD stands for Big Ass Demon. And now this guy's stats alone are scary, but take into account that he's got a wicked Afterburn effect and Demon Strike, and you've got yourself one hell of a unit. Lore-wise, he's the next inheritor of the demonic throne, though his mother and father don't think he should be given that power. He feels the Demonkin have been oppressed by those above and wants to watch the life leave the eyes of everyone who stands in their way. He also has another evolution after Malachar, but we won't dive into that because that's for a later video. Anyway, let's dive into their stats. Playstyle-wise, they're all about aggression. They've got low defense, low counter, and no utility. Power budget-wise, they are very strong, have high health, have no countering, and have negative utility. Overall, I think they're a great fit right up here. They're pretty tough because they need to kill off allies in order to be useful, and they also need to be in combat to get a majority of their buffs in, but if they're in combat, they will overwhelm a vast majority of units with ease. And that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks a ton for watching. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe to my epic channel, and like the video. But if you don't, I won't demonize you. Alright, that's all for me. Later.